Kindly start the session, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, okay. So my topic is understanding concept of vital force as seen by the modern science. Why I choose this topic? Because there is a, as we see that in allopathy and other comparison to other pathy, this science is not acceptable to them because our whole science depends on the dynamic concept. So this is very necessary to understand or explain the our science from this modern point of view. So first, I would like to explain what think about the vital force by Hahnemann. Then, according to Hahnemann, vital force is defined as an automatic, autocratic, or spirit-like, unintelligent, dynamic force. In the fourth, fifth edition, they use word force, but in the sixth edition, they change word force to principle because avoid the confusion. Force term is used for the physical and chemical sciences, but this principle is replaced with the principle means the invisible energy, and this is explained in the organon of medicine in aphorism 9 to 17. Okay, this is concept of vital force by Dr. Hahnemann. Now, in the Science of Homeopathy, the book written by the George Vitholkas, that explain the concept of vital force by relating with the modern science, means with relating with the physics. So, he explained that in the first starting during Newton find law, gravitation law, they failed to explain about the atomic or subatomic existence. Then comes the Einstein and Hansberg. They explain about the field theory, quantum theory, and relativity theory. This all explain the science at the level of the atomic level. Then comes the field theory. In 19th century, Faraday and Maxwell described that electrical fields are thus created by the charged body, and charged body produce force on other charges in that space, and magnetic field produce by charges in motion. Means they explain about the charge of the body. And then comes the relativity theory. In relativity theory, they explain that all motions are relative. Every charge can appear as a current. And they explain about the electromagnetic field, that the two field unified in single field that called the electromagnetic field. Means field theory explain about the charges of the body, magnetic field, and relativity theory explain about the motion of the charged body and leads to produce the electromagnetic field. This all comes around the 19th century. Then comes the quantum electrodynamics theory. In this theory, they combine the concept of electromagnetic field and photons. Means photons means the uh, light emitting particles, and the photons are manifestation of vibrating electromagnetic field. Means when electromagnetic field is vibrating, that produce a one illumination that called the photon, and quantum of the photon is electromagnetic field. So quantum of electromagnetic field include electromagnetic radiation such as light wave and radio wave. So by this we understand that turn by turn this concept come of photons, charged body, electromagnetic field. These all are turn by turn. Now, evidence of I am explaining evidence of electromagnetic field associated with human body. In the book of the George Vitholkas, they give it two, three examples about that electromagnetic field also existing in the human body. The first example is the first recorded case date back to 1979. A 19-year-old girl living in Canada. After recovering from unknown illness, symptomatized with convulsion, not only discharged electricity but also appeared to have electromagnetic properties. Means if she pick up any object of metal, they uh, they would adhere to her open hand and would have to forcibly guide away from her by another individual. After some unknown illness, they behave like a electromagnetic property in her body. The next example is 9 years later in Maryland, 16-year-old boy with similar electromagnetic properties came to attention of scientists at Maryland College of Pharmacy that he suspended iron and steel rod half-inch in diameter and 12-inch in length from his fingerprint. The boy could also lift beaker of water filled with iron filling merely by pressing three fingers against the side of container. मीन्स ऐसा भी देखा गया कि एक बॉय अपनी हाथों से आयरन फिलिंग कंटेनर ले सकता है मतलब उसके अंदर भी इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक फील्ड है ऐसा एविडेंस मिला और आगे मैंने एक गर्ल का एग्जाम्पल दिया नेक्स्ट एग्जाम्पल ज्योग्राफिकल का गिवन इज 1895 about a 14-year-old girl in Missouri suddenly come to turn into electrical dynamo. From reaching for metal objects such as palm handle, her fingertips give off sparks of such high voltage they actually experienced a pain. So strong was electricity running through her body. The doctor who attempted to examine her was actually knocked to his back. The ability to shock vanished after completely she was 20. मतलब उसमें भी ऐसा देखा गया कि वो कोई भी मेटल ऑब्जेक्ट को पिक करती है तो पेन एक्सपीरियंस होता है या करंट फील होता है मतलब सडनली वो इलेक्ट्रिकल डायनामो में कन्वर्ट हो गई ऐसे 2-3 एग्जांपल्स देखने को मिले वो जोशी ने अपने साइंस ऑफ होम्योपैथी में बताया नाउ Dr. Portby Akan discovered that people seem to experience forbidding of this invisible whirlwind in varying degree. Means when this storm comes near, the people's experience different feelings in them or experience fear in them. But this fear is different in all people, not same in all people in the same degree. So this also shows that there is a connection between this whirlwind and people. This whirlwind, how produced this whirlwind? Anybody tell about me? What is the science behind this storms and whirlwind? Audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible, ma'am.
This whirlwind is produced when the positive charged particle the upper part and the negative charge particle between. And this attract to positive charge particle and negative particles. Then there is a storm is produced or whirlwind is produced. So this is also by electro magnetic field. So there is a evidence that presence of disruptive electrodynamic field immediately to connected with the human organism means a electron people's different experience फील करते हैं इसकी वजह से बिकॉज उनके अंदर भी इलेक्ट्रोडायनामिक फील्ड है और ये जो चेंजेस हो रहे हैं उसमें भी इलेक्ट्रोडायनामिक फील्ड है तो इससे एक प्रूव होता है कि पीपल्स के अंदर इलेक्ट्रोडायनामिक फील्ड है then the research of Dr. Harold Saxon work They observe that electrical field of great complexity. They developed one electrode and inserted in the living tissue for purpose of measuring electromagnetic field. Okay, and they observed that electromagnetic field of great complexity and correlation with growth and development, degeneration and regeneration. Electromagnetic field act as a vector force, both magnitude and direction, and chemical reaction, means DNA activity are scalar property. They observed that both these property, electromagnetic field and chemical reaction, means DNA, both are responsible for development, degeneration or regeneration of human organisms. First, changes in electromagnetic field is occurs after that. According to electromagnetic field, chemical or metabolic or molecular changes are occur. So they determine behavior and orientation of that component. Now, Kirling research. Uh, what about Kirling research? They generated high frequency spark and connected to various flat optical instrument and microscope. Means उन्होंने ऐसा जनरेटर बनाया कि जिससे करंट पास होता है और जो भी ऑब्जेक्ट रखते हैं उसकी एक इमेज बन जाती है, वो जैसे भी उसकी इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक फील्ड है उसके मुताबिक एक इमेज बन जाती है। तो ये स्टेट इससे जो बनती है, लीफ की ऐसे दिखती है, उसमें हैंड की ऐसे दिखती है, ये जो है स्टैटिक इमेज बनती है उससे। इसमें जो फिनोमेना मोशंस में होते हैं वो नहीं दिखाई देते, पर ऐसे ल्यूमिनेशन दिखाई देता है अगर वो उन्होंने जो इंस्ट्रूमेंट बनाया इसके अंदर कोई भी ऑब्जेक्ट रखे तो। इसको किलियन फोटोग्राफी कहते हैं। Now the question is, this is actual image of human aura or artificial phenomena? Then, so this can be explained by this corona discharge phenomena. Then the William A. Tiller, professor in the material science and engineering department, they conclude that this is due to corona discharge phenomena, means streamer. Now, what is corona discharge phenomena? Corona discharge phenomena is that when any object have a high electromagnetic field can also charge the air particles. So it creates as a illuminating effect. So in this written that strength of electric field around conductor exceed the dielectric strength of air. मतलब इसके अंदर अगर ज्यादा इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड है, then it often sees as a bluish glow in air adjacent to pointed metal conductor carrying high voltage and emits light by the same mechanism as a gas discharge lamp. जो येलो कलर के लैंप और वो सब रहते हैं, वो उसके अंदर वो एयर पार्टिकल को चार्ज कर देते हैं जिसकी वजह से ऐसे ग्लो होता है। So this image also seen this as illuminating due to corona discharge effect. They rule out that other parameters that can be give same effect. They are first, finger were photographed in various state of vasodilatation. Due to vasodilatation may affect the photography. So they confirm it by measuring with the plethysmography. And the temperature may also affect this phenomena. So they measure temperature by thermistor. Then the varying degree of perspiration. So they measure by GSR measurement. And by rule out they all the parameters and they seen the in this. Now the Soviet research next. They observe on acupuncture points. This is Chinese therapy. Believe that uh, body can be modified, flow of the body can be modified or channeled or balanced by insertion of needle at specific. Now, Soviet observed a change in the corona effect when insert at specific point and also before and after treatment. So the pattern of this uh, image is changing. Corona effect is changing after and before treatment. Means there is an some effect of this therapy. And this research also proves that there is an electromagnetic field in human body because if this is only artificial phenomena, this pattern does not change after or before treatment, but this is a changing. Now the next question is what connection does the field have to health and disease, and especially to the working of vital forces defense mechanism? So this can be explained by that they take a leaf from the different tree and observe this in this instrument. So they observe that one leaf have a very weak pattern or weak corona effect. So then they studied that after some time this plant dried up completely. Means this is already leaf of disease plant, so the pattern of that leaf is somewhat different from other leaf in the dam pattern in terms of the diameter, color, or irregularity. So we can correlate with the this pattern with the health and disease. This finding related to Passman statement. In the living organism system that handle information are ordinarily shielded from interference from external electromagnetic field, but in pathological states, the barrier breaks down and more of influences is exerted by external forces. Now, Louis Lagman finding. He was gynecologist and he was observed that the reversal in the polarity from negative to positive after total hysterectomy for intraepithelial carcinoma of cervix means there is a change in the polarity from negative to positive after the treatment. Leonard Savitz, American psychiatrist, he also observed that uh, their patient in their excited state during quiescent state and after successful treatment. Correlating changes on mental plane with the changes in electrodynamic field. And William Tiller, he also observed the schizophrenic patient and alcoholic patient, and they observed that the pattern of this field is also changed with the mental state or emotional state of the patient. Now, can describe this as a simple substance in fourth state of matter in his philosophy. But this, for confirm this statement, research will take many decades. Now, we from this we hypothesize that vital force is synonymous with electromagnetic field of the body and therefore confirms the principle of the physics. The basic principle of the physics is that matter and energy are interchanged in the electrodynamic field. Electron move around nucleus of atom and this motion is described as a wave. This is wavelength, amplitude, time, period. This is clearly shown in diagram. Frequency is measured cycle per second. Wavelength is measured in centimeter or meter, and amplitude measured in unit of force. Now we see that in the first picture we are showing in the first picture we are showing that we are showing a one symbol, and the second picture we are showing a boulder. Then the force in the first is less than second one. So wave produced by them is also less in the first because of the we are produced less force. So we can compare this with the our any agent that if that force of the microbes or any organism or physiological factor is more, then our body produce more wavelength. Or if the force is less, then our body produce less. Now we can understand the concept of the resonance of frequency. In the first diagram, there is a tuning fork. We are vibrating this tuning fork. Then, due to vibration of the first, the second tuning fork is also vibrating sympathetically. Uh, because of the waves are traveled from air. Then, in the second, we observed it at some point this vibration is maximum, and after that it becomes a less. So when the frequency is matching exactly with this, then there is a maximum. It from maximum force this is vibrating. This is called the resonant of frequency. We also see in this the radio TV wave that when there is a frequency is matching, then channel we can change channel or comes what we want to see in this. So resonant of frequency means vibrate with the greater force when stimulated by wave of similar frequency. This resonant frequency will be easily discernible in homogeneous object, but it is difficult to in non-homogeneous object. Matlab means human body. Our body made up of many micro molecules and different components. So it is difficult to uh, diagnose a resonant frequency in our body. From this, we understand the concept of defense mechanism. Most of the morphic stimuli are managed successfully by vital force without producing symptoms. Morphic stimulus is stronger than defense mechanism. The initial response is change in the resonant frequency of organism. That means that our body will react if that resonance frequency is matching with the initial port or morphic stimuli, and changes in vibration level at alter person susceptible to further nauseous influence of spam time. For example, if person is exposed to virus, the vibration rate immediately alters when person is not susceptible to invention by other virus. That means in the first point Treasury is trying to say that if our resonant frequency is matched with the morphic stimuli, then our body react to it by changing in the vibration level of our body. And the next, if this first vibration level is changed, then the next, if the same virus is attending second time, then this our body will not react because the resonant frequency level is changed by the first one. Once the resonant frequency is changed, the susceptibility organism to disease is also changed. That I have explained. Such change in susceptibility occurs not only by virus and bacteria but by also emotional shock, change in environmental temperature, humidity, especially by allopathic drugs. Means these all are elements from that are responsible for change in our resonant frequency of the body. Critical of resonance render the organism susceptible to morphic on basically only on one level at any given moment. Thus, person can be immune to gonorrhea for two reasons. If he is too sick or he is too healthy to resonate with the level of gonorrhea influence. Now, his on this state, this is person is suffering from warts, then there is a one resonant frequency level in his body. Then the gonorrhea. If the this level is disturbed, then it goes at deeper level. Then gonorrhea comes. Then if by this level, if the minimum homeopathic is not get, then the more alters and at last there is a suicidal depression or mental state. He giving an example that psychotic patient is less likely to experience acute infection because resonant frequency is on very deep mental level. So acute infection cannot affect the mental patient. Or if the any infection uh, usually appears, then this is very severe or fatal. What is beneficial stimulus? Beneficial stimulus means the correct resonant frequency that alters vibration rate towards direction of greater health. For example, electroshock for psychotic depression. But this is temporary relief to psychotic patient because this is not matching with the exactly correct resonant frequency of human organism. And homeopathic support, suppose we prescribe homeopathic prescription, this is this is based upon the totality expression of the defense mechanism. In this way, we are matched to resonant frequency.
Sorry to interrupt, ma'am. Actually, slides are not up according to the matter, ma'am.
What happened? Not changing.
Slides are not changing according to the matter, ma'am. Participants are giving us inputs, ma'am.
Okay, okay, sorry. Now is it okay? So you understand about the concept of homeopathy and resonant frequency. I repeat. In general, therapeutic measures can be accomplished by two ways. Means any therapeutic agent uh, affect at physical plane, emotional plane, or mental plane. If our therapeutic agent only we giving is affecting the physical plane, then this we give partial matching with partial resonance, not exactly matching with the uh, resonant frequency of the human organism. So, by this approach, could not give cure to human organism. In the second, our therapeutic agent is like that affecting the patient mental plane, emotional plane, and physical plane. Means the by totality of vital force. Means our therapeutic agent is covering defense mechanism, defense mechanism, or dynamic plant or a vital force affecting. So we can exactly stimulate the resonant frequency of human organism, and we could channelize our body towards a rate of cure of disease. So by doing total by giving prescription based on the totality of human organism, we can match our therapeutic agent with the resonant frequency of organism, and we can give cure. Three modes of therapy capable of acting directly upon dynamic range. First, acupuncture. Second, Reiki. In this, we say that by laying on hand spiritually able individual, in whom only dynamic force are using. Next, the force that directly uh, stimulate dynamic plan, which is our potentized medicine. And this is also we seen in proving of remedy. Electromagnetic theory of human body can be considered dynamic plane. These laws and principles, therefore, are basis for new energy medicine. Therapeutic agent on dynamic plane. Intimates or intimate has electromagnetic field. Any substance can affect human organism by two ways: by direct chemical action or through interaction of electromagnetic field. Uh, if biologically active substances are capable of acting only on tissue or of the body chemically, and the specific creation of organism depend on degree of susceptibility or affinity of substance. For example, reaction to poison of plant or insect. If the sensitivity is close enough, even the crude form of biologically active substance can be therapeutic, although generally the effect lasts only temporarily. To get curative result long lasting, it is necessary to increase intensity of the electromagnetic field of visible substance. This is done for potentization, which is percussion and dilution. The vaccine on dynamic plane. Both the vaccine vaccine done in the dynamic plane. Depending the state of health of individual, there are two basic type of responses. First, no risk, or second,
Uh,
some risk.
Sorry to interrupt, ma'am. The screen sharing has been stopped, ma'am. Hello, ma'am.
Yeah,
Sorry to interrupt, ma'am. Actually, the screen sharing is not done yet, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
yeah. And I am not able to share my screen.
Ma'am, kindly continue the session, ma'am. Apologies. Actually, there is a technical issue from the guest speaker side. Till now, participants can present ask their questions in the chat box. Thank you.
Am I audible now?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible, ma'am.
Okay. So I have tell about the reaction after the vaccine. In the first step, suppose patient react mildly, means local inflammation or what, means this indicate that there is a touch in the resonant frequency, but the patient defense mechanism is very weak, so they react very mildly. So this type of case is unlikely to react further administration of vaccine. Because the resonant frequency is once changed. The second reaction is systemic reaction. Suppose fever, malaise. This indicates the strong defense reaction because the frequency level uh, touch at the systemic level. So this is likely to be successful in throwing off the morbific influence of the vaccination. and the patient remain unprotected against the disease because of the change in the resonant frequency at some deeper level. The third type of reaction may be systemic reaction with complications such as encephalitis, neurological disease, and the worst possible cases. This indicates the susceptibility of organism to the disease is quite high, but in this case, the defense mechanism is too weak to counteract the morphic stimulus of the vaccine. So deep illness is produced. Means in those cases, deep illness is produced. The defense mechanism is too weak. In this, the systemic reaction is produced, indicate strong defense reaction. In chronic cases of vaccinosis, it appropriate nosode of frequently produce great benefit. Suppose a lady suffer from chronic sinusitis since receiving smallpox vaccine, to which she had reacted mildly at first time. What may be medicine for this? What nosode may be prescribed? Meant from receiving smallpox vaccine. Anybody can tell about medicine? Medicine is prepared from smallpox vaccine. In that case, Variolinum 1M is given and the clear of the entire condition. Now, this all about the vital force as a modern science explained by George Vithokas. Now, there is some also articles which are available that they explain vital force by modern epoch. One article name is Vital Force, a Vitality in Modern Epoch in the International Journal of Scientific Research and Development. In this article, they explain about the Milgram research. What is Milgram research? Milgram research is that in that case, they prepare one gyroscope. Means gyroscope is rotating according to electromagnetic field, and that electromagnetic is produced by any human organism. So when the person is in disease state, that electromagnetic field produced by them is weak and the gyroscope rotating is slowly, the rotation of frequency is decreased. And when the patient in healthy state, they observe that gyroscope is rotating with high speed, means they're producing a high electromagnetic field. And this observed this with homeopathic medicines also, by giving potentized medicine after disease. If we give homeopathic medicine to patient, uh, in the when the patient in disease state, they produce weak pattern of electromagnetic field, and after giving a medicine, they produce chaotic pattern of electromagnetic field, means more dense pattern and give more energy to gyroscope. So this article also explained that electromagnetic field is produced in human body, and this is a disturbed when there is a disease, when patient is in disease state. Means these signs, all these articles and Jorvitokas explain that vital force is, if we see as a modern science, this is electromagnetic field. This is all about my topic. So now ending my session, and once again I'm giving, I would like to say thank you to Homeopathy 360 and that Asia team.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for enlightening us with the valuable knowledge. There are a few questions from the participants, ma'am. They're asking to repeat the concept of resonating frequency, ma'am.
Resonant frequency. Resonant frequency means the frequency at which the any particle reacting with the high frequency. Means if we say that the tuning fork is vibrating at some point very high, so that point is the resonant frequency. Means exactly the frequency is matching with from opposite object. हम वो भी देखते हैं ना, सपोज कि वो हम टीवी में चैनल्स चेंज करते हैं, रेडियो में चेंज करते हैं, तो जब वो फ्रीक्वेंसी मैच होती है तो ऑटोमेटिकली कनेक्ट हो जाता है। मतलब जो जो उसकी हाई फ्रिक्वेंसी होती है और जिस पे वो रिस्पॉन्स सबसे हाई करता है वो उसकी रिजोनेंट फ्रिक्वेंसी। और वो कब हाई रिएक्ट करेगा, जब उसको एग्जैक्ट फोर्स होगा, एग्जैक्ट फोर्स मिलेगा सामने से, कि उस पे उसको वाइब्रेट करना होता है। अगर उससे ज्यादा फोर्स होगा तो भी वो इतना वाइब्रेट नहीं होगा, उससे कम होगा तो भी वो वाइब्रेट नहीं होगा। पर एक पीक पॉइंट होगा कि जहां से वो फोर्स मिल रहा है उस फोर्स पे वो मैक्सिमम वाइब्रेटिंग पावर देगा। वो उसकी रिजोनेंट फ्रिक्वेंसी है। तो वो मैच होनी चाहिए उसके साथ, ऑपोजिट फोर्स के साथ। टू अंडरस्टैंड।
Yes, yes, ma'am. Uh, there are any other questions from the participants? Welcome, actually.
एनी अदर क्वेश्चन?
Just give us a minute, ma'am. I think.
ओके।
Yes, ma'am. I think they are clear with the topic, and we would just conclude the session here. Uh,
ओके।
Thank you, ma'am, for the enlightening us with the valuable topic, and thank you everyone for this, and thank you Aisha team for giving us the opportunity, and thank you our media partner, Homeo 360 degrees, and thank you all. Uh, Coming back with a new webinar. Thank you all. Thank you.
ओके, थैंक यू सो मच।
Thank you.